Hi everyone. Okay, this is the second part of our series on algebraic expression. So today we're going to see how do we solve a little bit more advanced algebraic expressions where there's squares and cubes involved and there are more than one variable. Okay, so let's look at this particular expression here. So we notice that there's a bracket, so we would need to settle the bracket first. We have a plus and minus here, so we want to settle that one first. Plus and minus gives us a minus, so we rewrite the whole expression again. Okay, and when you do that, be sure to copy exactly as it is. Okay, whatever that it should be exact should be the same, right? So only this sign here becomes a minus, the rest of it we just bring it down. Okay, so remember that this is an expression, not equation, so you're not moving anything across the equal to sign, which means that once you have finished the brackets, there's no more brackets here, the sign should not change anymore. Okay, so you're just going to move it around, you're going to group the like terms together, but you're not changing the signs. So let's underline the similar terms or the like terms together first. So we've got a square x, and here we have the same term as well. Okay, a like term or similar term, 3a square x. Okay, and then we are left with 7b square y and also 7yb square. But here, in essence, it is actually referring to the same thing, all right? If you notice that it's b square and there's a y. So even though the position of the b square and y is different, but it is still the same variable because you've got a b square there and you've got a y there. So now we're going to group them together. So remember, okay, once you've identified your similar terms, next we're going to group them together. So ax square, okay, minus 3a square x. Yeah, sorry, earlier should be 3a square x. Okay, so notice that when I write the 3a square x, I'm maintaining the negative sign that was from the earlier one, right? So we take as it is. So we take the minus sign as well. Okay, next we take the 7b square y. So when I do that, I take the positive sign as well, together with the other term in this expression. Okay, so I've successfully grouped them together, and now will be the solving part. Okay, so to solve, okay, a square x, the coefficient is 1, and here is minus 3. So 1 minus 3 is equal to minus 2a square x. Okay, and then the third and fourth term here, okay, so 7 minus 1. Okay, so we will be left with 6b square y. So this is the solution for question 1. All right, okay, let's move on to our next question. Okay, so this one you've got no brackets, but we've got a few variables here. So again, as what we did earlier, let's group them together. So we've got RST, okay, minus 4RST. Okay, and then we also got XYZ, okay, XYZ. And then we've also have another term here. So I'm going to underline it with another color. So group them together now. So 7RST, circle. Okay, and then here we've got minus 4RST, so minus 4RST. Okay, and then next is minus 2XYZ, so minus 2XYZ. Okay, then here we've got plus 3XYZ. Okay, and last one we've got plus 5. Okay, next step is, okay, this is quite straightforward. You can already settle it. So notice that as I rearrange, I did not change the sign of the term. Okay, so for example, like for RTS, sorry. So you can see that in front is a negative. When I shifted the term, I maintain the sign. So in algebraic expression, maintain the sign. Okay. Of course, if you have brackets, you solve the bracket first. And when there's no more brackets, then you will maintain the sign. So let's solve this. So 7 minus 4 is 3 RST. Okay, minus 2 plus 3 will be equal to plus 1. So we will just write it as XYZ. And the Y there is no other terms, so we will just write plus 5. Okay, so because these are all unlike terms, you cannot add them together. So this is it, and we are done. Okay, moving on to our next question. Okay, so this one we see brackets. So that means we have to deal with the brackets first. Okay, so we got two brackets here. Usually the front bracket you can just open, meaning when you rewrite the expression, you can leave out the brackets as well. Okay, for the front one. But for the back one, the bracket is important. So you notice here that this is a minus, and this is actually a positive term, and this is actually a negative term. So negative multiply with a positive, you will actually get a negative. So it becomes negative 2uw square. Okay, and this is a minus, and there's also another minus here. So that means this becomes plus. So 3x squared y. Okay, then after that, okay, as usual, we have solved the bracket. We want to group them together. So let's underline the like term. So we've got x squared y, and then we've also got 3x squared y. Okay, next we've got uw squared and also uw squared, and we've got another term here, which is the minus 3. So this one doesn't have any alphabet attached to it. So this will actually be our constant. So let's group them together now. So x squared y plus 3x squared y. Okay, then go for the uw. So we've got 3uw squared minus 2uw squared, and then minus 3. So 5 plus 3 becomes 8x squared y. 3 minus 2 is 1. So we will write a plus uw squared minus 3. Okay, so that is our third answer. Okay, all right, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so again, I see a bracket there. That means we need to settle the bracket here first. So plus minus becomes a minus. So 6r squared s minus 3p q squared. So plus minus becomes minus r squared s, okay, and minus 4pq squared. So as usual, underline similar terms together, r squared s, and then we also got pq squared and also pq squared. So now we are ready to group them together. So 6r squared s minus r squared s, right? So remember, okay, maintain the symbol of the term. If it's negative, maintain it as negative. Okay, and then minus 3pq squared and minus 4pq squared. So now we can group them together. 6 minus 1 is 5r squared s. Minus 3 minus 4 is equals to minus 7pq squared. And we are done. Okay, moving on to the next question. So just a reminder, okay, even as you watch the video from time to time, okay, as the questions are read, you can pause the video and try to do on your own. So let's group this one to first. So p squared qr. So that's one term. Okay, and we've got also p squared qr. So that's similar to the first one. The second one, the middle one is a bit different because the square is on the q. So that's a different kind of variable. So to reflect these changes, we are going to rearrange the position of the terms. Okay, so once we have arranged the position, now we can settle if there's something that can be settled. 10 minus 15 is minus 5 p squared qr, and we just have to copy the one from the back. Okay, so this is what we are left with. Okay, all right, so let's move on to the next question. Okay, so here we see two brackets, and as we discussed earlier, the front bracket, you can omit it already. So now we have to settle the brackets for the back one. So here you got a negative. This is positive and this is negative. So negative, positive becomes negative. Negative, negative will become positive. So first, okay, group them together. So 2mn and 8mn. Okay, next one is 5cd minus 3cd. So now comes the task of putting them together. Put all the like terms together. So 2 minus mn plus 8mn. So you notice that I've maintained the sign even as I move them, okay, anywhere. Okay, next one is 5cd minus 3cd. So here we will get 6mn, and over here we will get 2cd. And that should be the answer. Okay, all right, moving on to the next question. So again, we see some brackets. Okay, and there's also numbers in front of the bracket, which means that you have to multiply the number first in order to solve this. So we've got 2 times 3 is 6p minus 12q. So as usual, the front one, okay, once you've done this, then you are ready to go. Now we work for the back one. So it's always good to write your expression in one sentence rather than to separate them, okay, and calculate separately. So normally algebra is done in one sentence. So negative 4 times 3p. So that actually produces negative 12p. Okay, and also negative 12. Okay, with this, that means you will get minus 8q. Okay, next step is we want to put similar things together. Okay, is there anything similar? Okay, so we got, okay, let's underline similar things. We got 6p and minus 12p. And then we also got the q's. Okay, so minus 12q minus 8q. So we're going to put it together now. So 6p minus 12q. Sorry, it should be 6p as well. Yeah. So 6p minus 12p minus 12q minus 8q. So here 6 minus 12, we get minus 6p. Here we get minus 20q. Okay, moving on to our next question. Okay, so first step, we would have to expand the brackets, right? So we have to do multiplication. Negative 9 times with negative 2. That produces 18st. Negative 9 with positive 5pq. So negative times with positive becomes negative. Okay, 9 times 5 is 45 pq. Okay, and then we got negative with negative, that becomes positive. So 9 times 6 is actually equal to 54a. Okay, next we want to see if there are any similar terms that we can put together. Okay, but it looks like they all have different terms, so we can't really put them together. Okay, so this is 55. Okay, yeah. So all of them have different variables. So because of that, okay, we can move on to our next question. Okay, so for this one, okay, we see brackets, so we need to solve the brackets first as usual. So expand the bracket. Okay, minus 2 multiplied by negative 6. So that gives us positive 12x. Minus 2 times with positive 5, we'll get minus 10. Okay, you notice that there are some things here that can be solved. Minus 3 plus 12 is equal to 9x minus 10. So notice that the 10 doesn't have an x, so that means this is our solution. You can't solve it anymore already. Okay, right now we're going to do this question. Okay, so you notice that there is a minus sign here, and that is going to affect, okay, these two terms over here. The front bracket you can already remove. Okay, so minus with plus becomes minus, so it's minus 2x. Minus with plus becomes minus, so it's minus 6y. So next, we're going to underline similar terms, x with x. Okay, and we're going to put the y's with the y. Okay, so 5x minus 2x minus 3y minus 6y. So 5 minus 2, we get 3x. Minus 3 minus 6, we get minus 9y. Okay, so we need to remember also to put the y, otherwise our answers will not be complete. So this is the answer. Okay, next one. Okay, so we do see a bracket there, right? So this is a minus. Okay, but this is a plus. It's a minus, and this is a plus. So we've got to solve the bracket thingy first. So 7x plus 5p minus 2q plus 3p minus 2. So now arrange them together, q with q. Okay, and then p with p, and the minus 2 it's on its own. So now we're going to arrange them. So 7q minus 2q plus 5p plus 3p equals to 2. So 7 minus 2 is equal to 5q. Okay, 5 plus 3 is 8. So it's 8p equals to 2. Okay, you notice that there was also a mistake that's made here. So actually this should be a minus, not an equal to sign. Remember that this is an expression, not an equation. Yeah, so in an expression, you don't have equal to sign. So just take note that, okay, earlier we included minus, included equal to sign, but that doesn't have to be. So we don't include the equal to sign here. Okay, next question. Okay, and looks like this is our last function here. So here we've got negative 5. So times with a, it will become minus 5a. Okay, negative 5 with b becomes minus 5b plus 7b. So next, group them together. Okay, in fact, it has already been grouped for us. So here we've got minus and another minus, so it becomes minus 6a. And then we've got the b's. Okay, so minus 5 plus 7, that means it's a plus 2b. So I hope this exercise has been helpful for you. If you do find anything that you don't understand or you want to clarify further, please don't hesitate to contact me.